Despite dozens of protesters arrested and detained by security operatives in Uganda on Tuesday, some of the Ugandans, mostly young ones, have vowed to continue the protest against corruption even though they are killed. Kinutia Indungu, one of the major protesters who was seen on Tuesday helping many of the arrested protesters, said, if he dies, he may escape poverty. He said a lot of people are dying on daily basis, hence if he's killed for standing against corruption, his death does not matter. Kinutia was seen dragging a lot of people from the security operatives, trying to rescue them from arrest on Tuesday before he was finally arrested. NTV Uganda and KFM radio host, Pfizer Fabs, and 3 others arrested and detained over the March to Parliament protests on Tuesday were remanded to Lutera prison until July 30, 2024. Ugandan police detained dozens of the protesters at the anti-corruption rally in Kampala on Tuesday, after the protesters defied a demonstration ban. Security were intensified around Bushega roundabout towards Massacre Road as youths attempted the July 23 march to Parliament for anti-graft protests. Police and other security agencies were seen patrolling the streets of Soroti City in anticipation of the planned demonstrations against corruption by some members of the community. Security were also heightened around Callaway as some youths attempt to march to Parliament to protest against corruption. Opposition leader Bobby Wine said heavily armed security forces were besieging his party headquarters on Monday and had arrested several leaders on the eve of a planned anti-corruption march that has been banned by the authorities. 3 Ugandan opposition politicians were detained and remanded in prison on the eve of a banned anti-corruption march, police has said Monday. The 3 members of parliament and 7 other people have appeared in court today, charged with various offences and remanded to prison, Uganda police spokesman Kituyuma Rusuke told AFP late Monday, without giving further details on the charges. He identified the arrested legislators as Francis Zaev, Charles Tebandeke, and Hassan Kirubira, all members of the opposition National Unity Platform, and said they would appear in court on Thursday for their bail hearing. Ugandan security forces arrested dozens of people attempting to march to Parliament to protest high-level government corruption. Police and military heavily deployed across Kampala, where some protesters were forcibly detained and still in detention as at Wednesday. The protests, inspired by recent demonstrations in Kenya, aim to pressure Ugandan officials amid growing corruption allegations against Parliament Speaker Anita Among. The campaign began after online revelations of irregular expenditures linked to her office earlier in the year, but Among has rejected calls for her resignation. Authorities have deemed the rallies unlawful. There were shootings in Bodo, Kiagera Town Council, Waiso District. We are operating under a military regime, unlike Kenya, where there is support from the judiciary system. Considering our circumstances without the protection and accountability of other government branches, it's unfair to claim that only a few people represented the cause, particularly when some were arrested. Despite these challenges, the protest was a success, Kirabo Marion, a lawyer said. Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni had in a statement days before the protest warned protest organizers that they are playing with fire, and he accused them of working with foreigners to foment chaos. Young protesters marched to the parliament in Kampala demonstrating against corruption amid heavy police and military presence. A police spokesperson said there was increased deployments of security personnel following reliable intelligence about alleged plans to subvert public order during the protests. A lot of security forces were deployed along most routes leading to the parliament of Uganda with limited access.
They're not afraid of death. So, Nikulize, you almost arrested. Nili kufanya resist. Listen, these people can arrest me, go and kill me. I'm more useful to the struggle alive than dead. Yeah? If I can resist and survive, I'm going to resist because I'm more useful to the struggle alive than dead. But also, let them know, if they arrest me and kill me, 5,000 people are going to be bored and resist. Kwa sababu waliua Kimathi, resistance ilisha. Resistance inaendelea bwana. Watu bado wana resist. As long as watu wengine wamefungiwa hapa Mathare, watu wengi sana, more than 1 million people, na bado Uhuru anaona hiyo shamba yote Ruiru. Hatuwezi kuwa na peace kwa hii country. Peace gani? Watu wakisema when the political class talk about peace, they mean peace ya matajiri, kuendelea kukunywa champagne, kuendelea kwenda kwa club zao kukula vitu wanataka kula. When the poor people are dying in the slums, what do we have to lose? The only thing we have to lose is our fear. In fact, tuki-advance, we have more to gain than what we can lose. Because if I die today, if a poor person dies today, nobody cares. I may escape poverty. I may escape brutality estate.
Sazuwa Hang Radio, bringing you the news in a more digital way.